What's going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well. I'll see you guys in a minute. In a minute. I flubbed my words there. A minute and 30 seconds. See you in a couple minutes. No, man, I'm so tired. I worked 48 hours straight. I'll see you guys whenever this goddamn timer's done. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to this short and sweet jolt of a live stream. I hope you are all doing well. If you're in the path of the hurricane, I hope you're staying safe. We are up in around St. Augustine, around Jacksonville. I've lived here since I was like 11 or 12. I'm 36 now. Kind of know how it goes. But, I mean, we're not getting directly hit, so it would be a different story, right, for me. But, anyway, I'm super tired. Keep me awake. Let's shoot the shit. Jamie, I see that you're a Bright Eyes fan. If you're still here, I don't know if you already closed the tab. But, yeah, love them forever. I actually burned I'm making a time capsule for my daughter. And it's got, a bunch of family pictures, some things that I've written to her. Just a bunch of random stuff that you would put in a time capsule. And I burned a CD, a CD yesterday for her. It has 19 songs on it. A couple Bright Eye songs, a Conor Oberst solo song, a few Pine Grove songs, a single Slaughter Beach Dog song, an Owen song, an American football song, Limbeck, Josh Ritter, Cymbals Eat Guitars, Algernon Codwaddler, a couple other ones in there too. And I just think it'd be cool, me and my wife, music has been such a big part of our lives forever. Very lucky that we really like the same tunes, same music. We love going to shows. Where did you see, what's up, Jamie? Where did you see them? I saw them in St. Augustine. I actually, right above my computer monitor, I have a tour poster from that tour, which is kind of cool. But yeah, anyway. Dustin, aka Dustin, and Mr. I'm going to butcher this name, so maybe phonetically spell it for this dummy in the chat. I'm gonna attempt it. Tahuroa. I'm sure I butchered it like the dummy that I am. Thank you guys so much for the first super chats, man. I greatly appreciate that. Dustin says, howdy, I think Andor is so far excellent. Really keen for the next new episode. Was just about to go to bed, but then I ate a bunch of Reese's peanut butter cups, so I guess I'm here for the long haul now. Nice, man. Yeah, speaking of Reese's peanut butter cups, me and my daughter went to a Halloween store yesterday, and they had you know how around Christmas time they sell gingerbread house kits? Well, they had like a haunted house kit that comes with it was a Reese's peanut butter haunted house kit. So it comes with like the walls on the roof and icing, and you have to put it all together, a bunch of Reese's peanut butter cups and Reese's pieces and stuff like that, so you can design a little spooky haunted house. So yeah, that'll be a good time. I have to work on Halloween, unfortunately. Full 24-hour shift. Which will be a bummer. But she'll have a good time regardless. But yeah, Dustin, I am... So I'm looking forward to the next episode of Andor more than I've ever looked forward to the next episode of any Star Wars show thus released. I loved it. I loved the first 3 episodes. I was completely blown away. Everything about the show, you guys know that I wasn't a big fan of Boba Fett. I wasn't a big fan of Kenobi. Take them or leave them. They didn't really impact me all that much. I'm glad I watched them, obviously, but not a fan. It was very middle of the road for me. They don't even cross my mind. Andor, on the other hand, so far at least, has been so unique, a breath of fresh air, so tense. I'm right there with you. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this next episode more than I've ever looked forward to another Star Wars show episode in the past. But hell yeah, Dustin. Cheers, man. You should go to sleep. You should get some sleep, as David said. I think it was David. But cheers, Dustin. I really appreciate that super chat. This, I guess for you it's evening. For me it's morning. But yeah, cheers, man. Let's see. No pronunciation correction, so maybe I got it right. I doubt it. Taharoa says, greetings from Brisbane, Australia. What's up, Australia? I appreciate that that super chat. What time is it over there? Let's see. What time is it in Brisbane, Australia? There we go. Let's see. It is 12:35 a.m. It is pitch black. It is the middle of the night for you. So I appreciate staying up and hanging out with the old stormtrooper shooting the shit. But dude, I appreciate the hell out of that super chat and channel support. Hope you're doing well, man. And Detail, thank you as well. Detail says, speaking of music, saw NoFX, Descendants, and more at Punk in Drublic last weekend. Ever into them? No, I was never into NoFX or the Descendants. There was a time where I really got into, I was probably 12 or 13 years old when I got really into, like whatever was on Punk-O-Rama variety CDs. I don't know if you're familiar, but back in the day, they used to release, who was that? Was that Hellcat Records? Punk-O-Rama. Punk-O-Rama. Epitaph Records. They would release these big compilation CDs with a bunch of different artists on them, like Rancid or Bad Religion. NoFX was on there too. I'm looking at the playlist right now. Pennywise. So I was really into them for a little bit, a couple of years, and then I kind of discovered bands like American Football around the time I was 13, 14. American Football, moved into that kind of style music more. Yeah, I do occasionally listen to some Rancid or Bad Religion. I actually have Rancid and Bad Religion on my my running playlist. It's funny because Indestructible by Rancid will come on, and then DNA by Kendrick Lamar will come on. So and then Running Up That Hill by is it Kate Bush, that song that got once again popular because of Stranger Things, that'll come on. So and then Talking Heads, Psycho Killer will come on. My running playlist has such a wide variety, from Kendrick Lamar to Talking Heads to Rancid to Kate Bush. So yeah, why am I talking about this? I don't know. We're talking about music. But yeah, man. Epitaph is the label that one of the Bad Religions guys started. Oh, I didn't know that. They were before my time, but still familiar. Gotcha. Oh, Bad Religion is your all-time favorite. Yeah, yeah, they're great. There was a few years there where I was really into them. But never got too deep. What's your band, Jamie? That's awesome. I listen to Tiny Desk. That's great. Probably my favorite band, Jamie, that I've discovered, or that I have friends that keep up with new bands and new music and stuff like that. So they always kind of, if they think I'll like something, because I have a hard time keeping up with stuff. I don't really dig too deep, but like me and my friends take it used to be an annual road trip. It's kind of died down in the past couple of years just because everybody's having kids and stuff like that. But we still try to do it. We did it last year. Went to like a little lake house. But every year since we were like 18 or 19, we've rented a cabin. And we all go up there. There's 7 of us. We all rent a cabin, drink a bunch of beer, listen to some good music, and just hang out. And we were riding up there one day, and my buddy Chris usually has some good playlists, and a song came on by a band called Pine Grove. The song was Old Friends by Pine Grove. And I was like, who is this? Because this is like right up my alley. Perfect. Everything that I'm looking for in music. And probably my favorite band in the past decade that I've started listening to. So if you haven't, I'm sure you're familiar with them, man. If you're submitting for Tiny Desk, I'm sure you're familiar with Pine Grove, but like I can't get enough of them over the past couple of years. But yeah, anyway. Took17, good to see you, man. Took says, hey HG, can't stick around, busy local news day, but I have enjoyed Andor so far. I like the slow burn of the episodes, slow but not boring. Yeah, I love it too. I love it too. It was, for me, incredibly well paced. I maybe, you know, I sometimes, like, I was looking at user reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, which is just always a hellscape of nonsense. Because you'll have people just, like, all caps, boring, 1 star. Okay, dude, like, sweet. I can't imagine thinking that those first 3 episodes were boring. I loved them. And I'm really glad. You know, at first, I was kind of bummed that they were releasing 3 episodes back to back to back. Just because I have a hard time watching one. Schedule's so busy. I'm always watching my kid when my wife's at work. If I'm not, I work 24-hour shifts straight. You know what I mean? So that's a day where I can't watch anything. And then the next 2 days are followed by me watching my daughter, and I might have like 2 hours to myself. It's really hard for me to kind of keep up with shows. So I was worried that 3 episodes were going to kind of, ruin my chance of keeping up with it. But now I kind of wish they would have released all of them at once. But yeah. Anyway, I'm glad you liked it, man. Kate Bush, the bane of my day, doing a morning radio show. I hate it so much. It's funny, like this. My niece is dating a guy, super nice kid, super nice kid, and I brought up somehow that running up that hill or whatever it's called by Kate Bush came up, and I said something like that's a really great song. It's cool to see it come back, and he's like, yeah, it's so overplayed. And, you know, yeah, probably. But maybe of his generation, like in school, people are watching Stranger Things. You know, they're really into like retro 80s, 90s shit right now. So he probably hears it all the time. But in my head, I'm like, overplayed? I haven't heard that goddamn song in 25 years. So it's kind of cool to hear it all the time now. But I'm sure doing morning radio like you are, you know, it's like when even my dad said it, like when Sweet Home Alabama came out, everybody was so sick of that song. Can you imagine being around that time? Like every 10 song that plays on the radio is Sweet Home Alabama. Well, yeah, anyway. Pine Grove is so wonderful, a fabulous pick. I didn't know we aligned on musical taste. Longtime viewer. Definitely have your takes on Star Wars franchise for all these years. That's awesome. I love that, Jamie. Like, you know, I would say it's very niche. That musical taste. So when you find somebody that kind of meshes well with what you dig, it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, it opens up a whole nother world of I don't know, the ability to, because, you know, you meet so many people who just listen to, and nothing against this stuff, but like, just listen to like, I don't know. Just, I don't even know any bands anymore. Like popular bands that play on the radio. I have no idea. But, you know, you just, I don't know. So when you find somebody that really digs maybe lesser known stuff, but brilliant stuff, it's just like an instant appreciation, right? But hell yeah, man. Bright Eyes is great. The two, so I put on my daughter's CD that I burned for her yesterday. I put, let me see. I'm looking at it right now. I have it in a little sleeve. My wife was like, what if we don't have a CD player in the year 2036 when she turns 18? And I was like, well, I'll buy one, goddammit. I'm sure we'll have a CD player, right? Maybe not. The year 2036 is when she turns 18, and that's when she can open her time capsule. Anyway, so I put two Bright Eyes songs on there. I put a Conor Oberst song on there, like a solo Conor Oberst song. The Conor Oberst song is Sausalito. I love that song so much. The two Bright Eyes songs were I Believe in Symmetry and I wanted a newer one too. Mariana Trench from the newest album. I thought that's a really good introduction to Bright Eyes. Kind of like how Four Winds is a really good introduction. Like, if you're thinking of Bright Eyes songs and you want to introduce somebody to Bright Eyes who maybe might not like an Arc of Time or, you know, a song like Let's Not Shit Ourselves or something like that, I think a good intro song to Bright Eyes is Four Winds. You know, a little poppy. But yeah, so I Believe in Symmetry and what was the other one that I said? Oh yeah, Mariana Trench. But anyway. I don't know, Mike. Mike says, I feel as though CD players will never go away. I don't know, man. What's really interesting. Oh, hold on one sec. Let me finish this thought in a second. A3, Grizzle the Magi, and old old Drew Brews. Thank you guys so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Give me one sec. It's interesting, Mike, you say that you feel like CD players will never go away. There will always be a niche market for these things. You know, my generation, I'm 36. So many of my buddies collect vinyl records. That's not our generation shit, right? That's not my generation shit. But it's my parents' generation shit. So we kind of, even I have vinyls. I have a vinyl of Algernon Codwaddler hanging on above my computer monitors. But I swap it out from time to time. Anyway, so like, but now this generation, the younger generation, I see them buying cassette tapes. Like, they collect cassette tapes. I cannot think of a worse way to listen to music than cassette tapes. But hey, I was of the generation that that kind of cassette tapes were going out and CDs were coming in. Like, I remember getting my first CD when I was younger. But before that, I had cassette tapes. Like, I had Green Day Dookie. I had Michael Jackson's Thriller. I even had I had a Desiree. Desiree. Do you guys know Desiree? Probably not. I had a Desiree cassette tape. You know that song? You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be strong. You gotta be hard. You gotta stick together. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta be something. Ever save the day. Hey, hey, is it what your mother said? Trying to book your father in. Trying to in your old sweet high. I don't remember the lyrics. I had a goddamn Desiree cassette player, and then I eventually got a CD player when they became, I guess, more affordable. I don't know. But, yeah, it's interesting, man. Anyway. Let's see. A3, thank you so much, man. Andor is solid so far. Not great or anything, but I'm into it. Being different doesn't get extra points for me. I'm content with good to me. Yeah, I get it, man. I was good is good. Good is good. Good means that there's wiggle room for maybe you to be even more blown away than you are right now. Hopefully the trend will go sky high and not dip down for you, right? The fact that it's different doesn't really get, I mean, it does get extra points for me, honestly. Because I want them to take risks, you know. Doesn't make it good, doesn't make it automatically good, but I do appreciate trying new things and maybe giving a different tone. Yeah, but yeah, for me, A3, I loved it. So it hooked me in more than any other Star Wars live action show released so far, I would say. To me, the tension was better than any other Star Wars show released so far today. And I'm not going to be able to watch tomorrow's episode. I have to work. And if the state of emergency in Florida continues, I might have to get recalled for Thursday and Friday too, which would be a bummer. I don't want to work 72 hours straight. But, hold on one sec. But, yeah, man. Yeah, hopefully you like it. I hope it goes from good to great for you. Right now, it's sitting at great, for me. And again, like, it's funny. I gave the show a lot of praise, and I said how much I loved it and the pacing. And basically, I just gushed over this show, which is rare for me. I don't gush over very many Star Wars things, right? Unless it's the original trilogy, and then I'm just a big softy. But like whenever I was gushing over the show, and like sometimes in the comment section I would read, you know, shill. Only a shill would like this show or something like that. I'm like, these fucking losers. But if you even pay attention, if you've ever paid attention to my channel, you would see that I haven't really, I think I've disliked or been meh about more Disney Star Wars projects than I've enjoyed, like, thoroughly. So like, they're just idiots. I don't know. That's just how it is. Anyway, A3. Why did I start talking about that? I don't know. I'm scatterbrained this morning. Anyway. Hell yeah. Peter, what the fuck, you know, Algernon Codwater, or however you spell it. Yeah, man. Been a fan since their debut album in, I think it was 2008. Cool to see them back on tour. They're actually having a show in I think it's in Gainesville, which is a couple hours away from me, or maybe just an hour. I think it's about an hour away from me. Not going to be able to make it, unfortunately. It's not like a big festival. But yeah, love it. Used to listen to a lot of like Giraffes. Yeah. Anyway, got the old Algernon Codwater album. And in fact, if you guys follow me on Instagram, or not Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'll post a little picture underneath my announcement for this live stream. This is my view right now. It's kind of the left side of the wall that my computer's on. And I'm going to post a picture right now underneath my live stream announcement, so you can see from the stream, and I'm posting it in 3, 2, 1. Boom, posted. So yeah, you can see what I'm talking about. Anyway, yeah. Grizzle the Magi, thank you so much. Grizzle says the flashbacks seem reminiscent of the Native Americans and the first settlers. Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, there's definite parallels there. I'm curious if we're gonna learn more about his like, it seemed like there were no adults in that community, right? I don't know if it almost seemed like an uncontacted tribe, if that makes sense. Like, it almost seemed like they were an uncontacted tribe, and it would be kind of cool to see if they were not familiar with that technology at all. They seem to kind of had seen this before, and obviously there's giant mining operations and shit like that going on in their vicinity, so they are probably obviously familiar with this stuff. But it almost kind of, at first, it kind of reminded me of like an uncontacted tribe seeing a helicopter in the sky for the first time. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool. But yeah, I love the flashbacks. I thought they did a really good job of jumping back and forth without it being a little too distracting or confusing, you know. But yeah, I definitely got those vibes as well, Grizzle, for sure. But cheers, man. I gotta go in like 10 minutes. I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. Old Drew Bruce, thank you so much, man. Ol says, just listen to old friends. You should check out Freaking Out on the Interstate by Briston Maroney. Okay. First up, I'm going to look up him. Briston Maroney. American singer and guitarist from Knoxville, Tennessee, who signed with... Blah, 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 blah. All right, I'll check this out. Freaking Out on the Interstate. It's Taco Bell's double steak grilled blah blah blah. Taco Bell's double steak grilled diarrhea. Briston Maroney, Freaking Out on the Interstate. All right, I'll check this out. 2 million views. 2.5 million views. Never heard of him. Yeah, but I love that song. That's a really great song, Ol. Drew Brewers. Another one of my favorite songs of theirs is Size of the Moon. That's great. That's all from their first album called Cardinal. It's a really good introduction to them. But yeah, keep listening. They're fantastic. There's a really good version of the song Size of the Moon, Pine Grove. Let's see if there's a really good live version. Okay, yeah, here we go. So if you want to hear what I'm talking about, maybe you should hear the original version first, like from the album, but there's an awesome live version. Pine Grove, just Google Pine Grove Size of the Moon Audio Tree Live. And I just love the energy of that live version. It's fantastic. Anyway, hell yeah. I'll check this song out, Drew. I appreciate that, man. Garrett, no shit. Garrett, what's going on, man? Good to see ya. Garrett says, long time no see, bro. Indeed. What have you been up to, man? It's been years, dude. How are you been? Me and Garrett used to talk way back in the day. God damn, was that like 5 years, maybe more than 5 years ago these days? It's been so long, man. I hope you're doing well. Where are you living these days? You smart son of a bitch. Did, his podcast years ago, yeah.
Cheers to you.
Oh.
Man, here's a band wreck if I may. Jeff Rosenstock and his album No Dream or Worry. My band is called Hooray BTW.
I'm gonna check them out right now. Oh, hooray. Band. Oh, hooray. Facebook. I'm not gonna click that link because my personal Facebook would come up. Let's see. Torment the Butterfly. NPS Tiny. Oh, not NPS. NPR Tiny Desk. Oh, hooray. The Basset Hound. Oh, hell yeah, dude. I'm gonna check. Oh, sweet. So you're in this photograph of the 4 folks that I'm looking at right now. That's so cool, man. I'm super excited to check this out. Hell yeah, Jamie. Oh, hooray on Spotify. Tell them I'm well. The Basset Hound. Sweet. Oh, my Basset Hound. Awesome. Let's see here. I'm not going to play it on the live stream. But Maybe I will in the future. Maybe you'll tune into a live stream and you'll be hearing some tunes, some hooray tunes in the background. Hell yeah, man. Jeff Rosenstock. Okay, I'm going to pull that up too. Jeff Rosenstock. All right, cool. I'll check this out. I appreciate the recommendations, guys. I'm excited to hear your band, for sure. Anyway, cheers, man. 2018. Still in Arizona. Still going to... Sir, no kidding. Nice. That's awesome. That is awesome. Used to play some PUBG. Hell yeah. So 2018. You're probably not aware, but a couple of years ago, I'm a firefighter now. EMT firefighter. And that's kind of what I'm doing. That's my... So, started that a couple of years ago. I'm loving it. It's non-stop. Like, last shift, we just had... had a fire, had... every variety of call that you can have, I had at last shift. So, like, when you have a day like that, you're just on high all day, and it is an exciting ass job. The schedule can be a little, it can suck sometimes because you're working 24 hours on, and then you're off. So like if I work, let's say I worked today, then I would be off. I'd go in at like 7 in the morning and get off at 7 in the morning the next day, and then I'd be off for that day, the next day, and then I'm back at 7 in the morning. So like, you get 2 days off. It's not, everybody says it's 24 on, 48 off. It's not that. You don't have 48 off. It's not a total 48. I wish it was, but yeah. Yeah, thanks, man. It's going really well. It's exciting. It's fun. Good group of dudes that I work with, and yeah. Anyway, man, I got to go pick up my daughter, guys. Taharoa, thank you so much for the final super chat and channel support. Taro says Desiree has some great jams. You gotta be. Oh, let's look up the lyrics because I'm sure I butchered it. The reason he's bringing up Desiree, you gotta be. The reason he's bringing up Desiree is because I bought a Desiree. We were talking about music earlier and cassette tapes and CD players and all that stuff, and I brought up Desiree because Desiree was one of the first cassette tapes that I owned. Listen as your day unfolds. Challenge what the future holds. Try to keep your head up to the sky. Oh, man. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bold. You gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard. You gotta be tough. You gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool. You gotta be calm. You gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Hey, hey. It's a solid song. A lot of you guys might be too young to ever hear this song, so I'm gonna post it in the chat. That schedule is a big bucket of nope for me. Yeah, it's not for everybody, man. It's but I gotta say, it is, it's so the way I look at it, man, is, so let's say I worked a regular 9 to 5. And let's say my commute is like 30 minutes to an hour. Let's just say after a regular 9 to 5 day, I get home at 6, right? I'd get home at 6 and then eat dinner, and then my kid would go to bed at like 8. So I'd only have a couple hours there, and then that's 5 days a week, a couple hours. This, I'm, yeah, sure, I work 24 hours and I might not see her for those couple of hours, but then I'm off for 2 days and I have 2 full days with her, So I look at it that way, and I find I'm actually getting more time with my family than I otherwise would have. Now, sometimes it sucks because you get told you got to stay for a 48-hour shift, which has happened a few times just because manpower. But yeah, it's not as it's not for everybody. People quit over schedule all the time, but it's not for everybody. But I find that it's really not that bad. Now, where it is bad is like you're working a shift and there'll be days where you'll run 13 calls in a 24-hour period or 20 calls in a 24-hour period, and you don't get any sleep. That's where it sucks. You come home and you sleep for a couple hours and then you're running on fumes the rest of the day. That's I would say that I average like 4 or 5 hours of sleep when I'm at the station, which is fine for me. I function, but it's not like it's usually not a straight 4 or 5 hours of sleep. It's usually broken up in 2 hours, an hour here, an hour there, 2 hours there. You know what I mean? But anyway, guys, I gotta get going. I gotta go pick up a kid from school. So I got a jet. Thanks for hanging out, man. It's a good time. But yeah, so don't know what the hell I got in store for the channel. This is the first time that I've streamed in a couple weeks. This is because of work and stuff like that. But yeah, man, I'm sure I'll see you guys soon. If you're in the path of that hurricane, stay safe. We're up in like St. Augustine, Jacksonville, so we're fine. We're planning on getting a ton of rain, but I've lived here forever. 36 years old. We've been through all the hurricanes and stuff like that. The worst one we had was a few years ago when we lived in our old house. Can't remember what that one was called, but yeah, I did all that training stuff a couple of years ago. But all right, guys, it took about a year. The EMT Fire Academy training total takes about a year. But all right, guys, I got to get going. If anybody has any questions about that, feel free to shoot them to me. Or if they're interested in joining the Navy. I'm not trying to be a spokesperson, but, young people looking for something to do. I'm an open book. Just hop on a stream one day and ask me some questions. All right, everybody. Because I was in the same boat years ago. All right, so I got to go. All right, that's it for me. See you guys. Thanks for the super chats. Thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you when I see you. Cool? Cool. Stay safe out there. Later.